Hello everybody. So today is the 25th of April and this is my daily reflection. So I will just read out of my journal because it's a reflection. So I wrote, today I managed to reset my body clock. Woohoo! Woke up at 6:30 a.m. and meditated after brushing my teeth. The prayer I used was, "Come Lord Jesus, your servant is listening." After sitting for a while, God seemed to tell me that I should use that prayer. It was a good 7 minutes of quiet time, and I'm sure I'll get better daily. By better, I mean longer, and I'm currently pushing Ollie down because he's noisy. Anyways, after that, I went to the book, the Ignatian book, and today I read about the very short life of Ignatius Loyola, 7 pages long. So let me share about it. So Inigo de Loyola was born in the Basque region of northern Spain in 1491. He spent his adulthood as a soldier. He was a ladies' man and a real hothead. A bit like me, Not the ladies' man part, but the hothead part. Anyways, his autobiography states that he was given over to the vanities of the world and primarily concerned with a great and foolish desire to be famous. I can't even read what I wrote. Too fast, I guess. So in short, he was a vain guy, he's a vain fella. Ignatius may be the only saint with a notorious police record because he went to brawl at night with the intent of inflicting serious harm. So he was no perfect guy, He had a life before he was a saint. And I think that's the beauty of saints because they weren't born good. They were born broken, as all human beings are, but they chose to follow the path to heaven, which is really admirable and makes them very relatable too. Okay, anyways, during the Battle of Pamplona in 1521, his leg was struck and shattered by a cannonball. Quite interesting. The initial operation got botched, and Inigo, who wanted his leg to look good on fashionable tights, went for a couple of other operations. That left him with a lifelong limp. It's quite sad, but that's his life. So while he was recovering, his brother's wife passed him a book on the life of Jesus and the saints. As he idly lived through the seemingly boring life story of the saints, Inigo began to wonder if he could emulate them. In 1537, Ignatius and a few others were ordained. So Inigo, I guess, was the name his parents gave him, but Ignatius, I guess, was the name that came about after he became a priest or something like that, but they're the same person, okay? He felt an ardent desire to serve God, and he stayed in a castle. Interesting facts about him, One of his best mates used to be St. Francis Xavier, or was St. Francis Xavier. Not used to be. Say used to be because long time ago. And SFX was part of the first Jesuits. Quite interesting also. In 1534, Inigo and 6 friends bound themselves together in a vow of poverty and chastity. Basically, the first Jesuits. When Ignatius was studying in the Spanish town of Alcalá in 1526, his new idea on prayer attracted suspicion, and he was thrown into jail for as long as 17 days. New ideas always, or this is my own reflection, but people who are different, ideas which are different, always receive some kind of flack/hate. Relatable also. The notion of being contemplative in action struck many in the Vatican as nearly heretical. Heretical means, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it right, but anyway, it means going against the faith. So being blasphemous, I guess. And the Vatican refers to, I guess you can call it the government of the church, the Catholic Church at least. Yeah, so the main body. Okay? You know what I mean, the higher ups in the church. And I wrote, imagine having the Vatican, the government of the church against you, and still pursuing your spiritual goals. So it's not like his goals were really secular. They were all still in the name of God, I guess, and he was on his own journey to get closer to God. But he had not just random people going against him, but people from his own religion, the really high and so-called powerful guys going against him. Imagine how that must have felt. Quite sad lah. Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Okay. Prominent clerics believed back in that time that members of religious order should be cloistered behind monastery walls, like the Cistercians and the Carmelites, or at least lead a life removed from the follies of the world, like the Franciscans. But Ignatius stood firm. His men were to contemplate in action, leading others to find God in all things. In 1540, the Society of Jesus, in essence the what do you call it? The Jesuits, was officially approved by Pope Paul III. Don't know who that guy is. Long ago. This is long ago. Okay. To wrap up, the goal of the Jesuits were to help souls and not really to counter other forms of Protestant formation. Because I think I can relate to this, because at the end of the day, we all are journeying through life together, and we all want to find more meaning in life, which is why we turn to God. And it honestly doesn't really matter to me which religion you are in, because we're all humans. We don't know how to decide ultimately which is correct. So at the end of the day, God is God, and that's how I feel at this point in time. But maybe my stand will change, because I was born Catholic, so my God is Jesus, so I believe in Jesus Christ. Anyways, Saint Ignatius died on July 31st, 1556, to liver problems, high fevers, and physical exhaustion, in addition to the stomach problems which plagued him his whole life. Yeah, so that was the short life of Saint Ignatius. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.